Sports for Real with Coach Hall. Well, it's official. Bienemy has signed on to be the new offensive coordinator for Ron Rivera and the Washington Commanders. Ordinarily, that would be a great hire, but Bienemy has been with the Chiefs for a long time. The last 5 years as the offensive coordinator, and moving over to Washington to do the same job is a lateral move. In other words, it's not a come up per se. Well, word is that Bienemy was not really the full-time offensive coordinator at Kansas City and couldn't do exactly all the things that he wanted to do. In other words, Andy Reid being there has been holding him back somewhat. But having said that, this will be an opportunity for Bienemy to go and establish his own brand. But he may not have a whole lot of time. If Washington doesn't do well next year, it's a chance that Rivera is going to get run out of town, which means that Bienemy is probably going to be on the block. But if he does well, he has an opportunity to maybe become a head coach. Now, judging some of the comments that I had from the last information I gave about Bienemy, one responder gave a good point. He said that some of these billionaire owners, they may not want a black coach. And it's even been in print that some of these billionaire owners, they don't feel comfortable having a black coach. It's their team. They can do what they want to do. And this probably is one of the reasons why Bienemy hasn't landed a head coaching job. But in any case, if you look at the things that have happened, you take Doug Peterson, who is now in Jacksonville. He was in Kansas City. Matt Nagy, who went to the Bears, he was also in Kansas City. Those guys moved up seamlessly to head coaching jobs, but not Bienemy. So this idea about these billionaire owners not wanting to hire a black coach has some traction to it. So let's wish Bienemy well. It's a lateral move that he should not have had to make, but if he wants to establish his own name, that may be something he needs to do. And if you go back to the Ed Reed situation at Bethune-Cookman, you know Ed Reed was offered the job at Jackson State. He turned it down. I think that was actually a good move per se, because Deion's going to be a hard follow in Jackson. Plus, any success that Reed may have had may have been attributed to Deion. So going to another school like Bethune-Cookman and having had success in a place like that, it would have propelled him to his own notoriety, not piggybacking off Deion. So again, Bienemy moving from Kansas City to Washington may actually be a good move for him. Sports for Real.